Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Reactee, and today we're doing a Nuke's Top 5 video. Unfortunately, I haven't seen a new post from Nuke's Top 5 in 3 months, I think it said. So this one's 4 months old. Scariest real videos of 10 years. I don't know how long this, I mean it says half an hour, but who knows. I don't know how many we're going to see repeats of as well, so let's get into it.
Despite the name of this video, I would never tell you that these are 100% quote real ghost videos, but they are the most convincing, most compelling, and hardest to explain paranormal videos that I've seen in the last 10 years of doing this channel. But as always, you decide. The Highway 5 Ghost Girl.
That's impressive, Nuke. Doing this for 10 years, and these are the most impressive videos according to you. That is, that's a good sign to start off with. Also, I'm looking forward to this because it says 10, but we're starting at number 15.
This next video, posted to Reddit by Little Goth Doll, was recorded from a monitor, then screen capped on a phone before it finally made its way to the internet. So it's a bit potato quality. Nevertheless, the video is chilling. It was pulled from the dashcam feed of two truck drivers after a frightening incident. So, one night 2 truck drivers are driving on Highway 5 in Lynn, Alabama, when they get the scare of a lifetime. Panic-stricken truck drivers believe that they have just run over a young girl. They pull over and call 911, but when they check the highway and the surrounding area along with arriving police, they don't find anything or anyone. There's just no one there.
Which is amazing, because if you look at the video and listen to it, it sounds like they hit something. It sounded like there was a distinct thump. Of course, that could be them applying the emergency brake quickly to try to stop and save that person's life. And it clearly looked like a person. So that is amazing.
After the truck drivers request a viewing of the footage recorded that night on Highway 5, they are shocked. Just as they thought, there is in fact a girl in a long dress walking across the road, seemingly getting hit by their truck. The 2 guys later find out that there's a well-known ghost story about this road, Highway 5 in Lynn, Alabama. The story goes that 10 years ago on a rainy night, a teenage girl on her way home from her high school prom lost her life on the road after being hit by an 18-wheeler. So could it be that these truck drivers captured the prom dress ghost of Highway 5? Either way, their reactions say that they saw the truck hit something. But as always, you decide.
Now, if that is the prom dress ghost of Highway 5 in Lynn, Alabama, that is amazing that they caught it on film, first of all. And I'm assuming the reason that they saw her is because this is one of those non-intelligent repeating hauntings where she'll just appear in front of an 18-wheeler, or well, in this case, just the tractor part of it, and get hit every time. And it's just a repeating cycle, and unfortunately that soul is just stuck there. According to myths and legends, I have no idea. I've never seen one before, so I couldn't tell you. Well, technically I have, but that's neither here nor there.
The feline Grim Reaper. Oscar the cat was adopted by the Steerhouse Nursing Home in Rhode Island when he was just a kitten, along with 5 other cats. The idea was that the 6 cats could provide companionship and comfort for the nursing home residents. However, the staff soon noticed that Oscar was not quite as friendly as the other cats.
Oscar is not always the friendliest cat. He's not friendly to, he can be...
This looks like a news report. Wow. This must have been really bad if they had to put it on the news.
brat, like many animals, but he is not a cat that will spend quality time with residents on the ward.
But the staff did begin to notice that Oscar did show a special interest in certain patients. The cat would go into the room of particular nursing home residents and curl up at the foot of their beds. Within 2 to 4 hours, the patients would pass away. After the patient was deceased, Oscar would leave the room as quietly as he had entered.
He will only go and stay with patients that are about to die. He will leave rooms, for example, when patients are not close, even though we might perceive them to be close.
If Oscar was removed from a patient's room and the door was closed, he would pace outside, meowing to be let back in.
And Oscar will frequently pace outside the closed door, which that is really something to see.
Even creepier, Oscar has never been wrong.
He's been pretty accurate. I know actually of no event where he wasn't at the bedside.
Now, usually in these videos, I'll ask you if you think a story is real or fake, but there's no disputing this one. It's 100% real. Oscar the Cat's amazing ability to predict the demise of patients was chronicled in 2007 in the New England Journal of Medicine.
He got into a journal for being able to predict people's deaths. What a good kitty. Well, depending on how you look at it, but he seemed to have a particular interest, and he did what he did. Good kitty.
After he had accurately predicted the passing of over 25 patients. Since the publishing of that article, Oscar has now predicted the passing of over 100 patients. So the real question is, how does he do it? Is it ESP or some supernatural ability? Is it something paranormal? You decide.
Maybe it's like dogs that can detect cancer. Maybe he just smells something different off of them that means they're going to pass away. The other cats might smell it too, but cats have long been thought of as emissaries of death or soul protectors of souls and things like that, going all the way back to ancient Egypt. So, yeah. Cats are awesome.
The Thing in the Tunnel. This next video is from Nuke's Top 5 viewer Sophie, who sent this exclusively to me, never posted it on social media of any kind, and never even asked for credit. She says that her friend Laura recorded this in an abandoned railway tunnel in Hassel, Germany. The tunnel was built in 1890 and it was used extensively by German troops during World War II. So, while on a weekend trip, Laura checks out the historic old abandoned rail tunnel. She's recording with her phone when she captures what is maybe one of the weirdest clips I've ever seen. Check it out.
Okay, the ambiance of this video is creepy as hell anyway. You can hear the water running down the limestone. There were a bunch of turn-offs and side tunnels to this main one. I don't like this building design at all.
Something pale and thin can be seen rising up from the tracks in front of Laura on what looks like a thin little arm. As for Laura, she gets one look at the disturbing thing and just turns and makes a run for it. Now,
As she should. But this, it almost looks like there's something, space farther down, and there's somebody inside of it, and he's just stretching his arms to get up and look what's coming down the tunnel. There's still wolves in Germany, right? I don't remember. I think most big predators are gone in Europe, so this could be a fox or something, or some kind of rodent, big ass rodent.
watching this clip over and over, I honestly have no idea what this is. It looks like maybe hair on his torso.
And it's weird because the thing that pops up definitely looks like an arm being put up at an angle. Like they're about to do a push-up or something. It's a little weird. It's a little weird.
With two skinny arms, getting up in a very
See, that looks like an arm. Oh.
natural way. Maybe it's an animal, maybe it's a very weird looking person. I just don't know. So you tell me what you think this is down in the comments. Someone watching over. A Nuke's Top 5 viewer who wishes to remain anonymous, let's just call him or her Alex for the sake of the video, emailed me about a CCTV recording captured at an undisclosed sleep lab during a sleep apnea test. Alex says that a coworker was monitoring a widowed female patient's sleep. And then this happened. Now, to get a better understanding of what is going on, a bit of explanation is necessary. So the squiggly lines that can be seen at the bottom of the screen indicate that the woman has stopped breathing during her sleep. The mysterious pale figure then appears to reach out to wake the woman, after which she begins to breathe again. Alex believes the apparition might have been the patient's deceased husband.
That's pretty incredible. They were monitoring that she stopped breathing. Then a pale figure reached out and touched her, and she started to wake up and start breathing again. That is insane that they got a video like that. Wow.
Husband, still carefully watching over her from beyond the grave. But what do you think this strange pale shape could be? Let me know down in the comments.
I'm going to start recording. Oh my god. I see it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yes. It's gone now.
The Watts house. The strange events at the Watts family home in Colorado might be one of the most reliably documented hauntings of all time, because every piece of paranormal evidence comes from footage recorded directly by policemen on their body cams.
Frederick Police Department, anybody in the house, make yourself known!
So Shannon Watts and her daughter Bella and Cece lost their lives under absolutely horrible circumstances, all at the hands of husband and father Chris Watts. In fact, the details of the case are so grim that I'm not going to go into them here. But if you want to read the full story, you can simply Google the Watts family. In this video, two women from the police K-9 unit go through the Watts house to investigate the strange disappearance. Obviously, this video was recorded before the tragic fate of Shanann and her children were known. This footage is 100% real. It is documented police video captured by one of the investigators' body camera. So shortly after entering the house, they catch some strange video on the stairs.
Smells like cleaning, doesn't it?
Many viewers believe this looks like a quick glimpse of a childlike apparition descending the stairs, but it could just be a video glitch.
Yeah, that looks more like a video glitch artifact caused by these bars here and the way she's moving, the way the camera person's moving. I don't really see that as anything. I mean, it could be. Who knows?
Then the policewoman begins to catch multiple strange and unusually clear EVPs on her body cam.
So there's your attic access right there. So there's your attic access right there.
So far, ignoring the texts that they put, that either Nuke or whoever posted this to begin with puts on the screen. You can actually hear what they're saying before you read the text. So it's pretty cool that they're doing it properly.
But strangest of all, while investigating an upstairs closet, the officers actually hear something that seems to spook them.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
The unexplained voice of a giggling child can be heard, but there's absolutely no explanation for where the sound came from. The canine officer is so spooked, she asks the other officer to check it out.
Oh my gosh. What in the world is that? Wow. Go in there and step on that little blue thing and see if that's where that noise came from.
Yeah, it sounded like a kid toy.
It might. It sort of sounds like it.
Something. I heard it.
Did you hear it?
I did.
It sounded like a kid giggling or something, didn't it? Or a kid.
It did.
That was strange. Well, we'll make a note of that.
I heard it. I definitely heard the same thing you did.
Yeah, and then he just sort of.
So is the Watts house haunted by the unsettled spirits of Shanann and her daughters? Or are these simply random, seemingly very clear noises? What do you think?
It could be either or. In this case, it's pretty intense. Wow. There's a lot of hauntings going on. I've seen other videos of other things going on in this house. I don't think he's going to go into, I don't think Nuke's going to go into it here, but there has been other videos where there's another shadow figure at the top of the stairs. There are lights going on and off randomly while the police are walking through the house. It gets strange in this Watts house. It's so crazy.
It's cold outside, but you can keep warm in some all-new Nuke Top 5 merch. Now, of course, we have t-shirts, hoodies, and coffee mugs. But we also have blankets, pillows, and long sleeves. We've even got stockings and wrapping paper. Anyway, shipping is free, and be sure to order by December 10th to get delivery before Christmas. Go to nukestop5.com to shop now. Or, like whenever you feel like it. Maybe after the video. Guardian Angel. A shopkeeper in Adana, Turkey was closing up for the night, bringing in his store's produce and other items from the sidewalk outside his store. Little did he know that he was in imminent danger. Luckily, a very mysterious stranger was there to look out for him. Watch this unexplained clip very closely. Notice that the man who taps the shopkeeper's shoulder doesn't even look back or seem to see the oncoming truck. The vehicle actually turns onto the street while his back is turned.
Tam şu noktada açıldı kapak.
Yani adamın kapağı görmüş olma ihtimali var mı?
Bence hiç zannetmiyorum. Ben sonradan gördüm kapağı. Zaten kamerada da gördüğü gibi.
The shopkeeper says that he looked around after the incident, but the man seemed to have mysteriously vanished. So just how did this strange man seemingly predict the accident that was about to happen and warn the shopkeeper?
Ama o adam nereden gördü arabanın kapağını, dikkat etti de bana işaret etti, o gitti. Adam sonradan da kayboldu gitti yani. Adam nereye gitti?
Adamı tanıyor musunuz?
Yok, tanımıyorum.
Even if this
That's pretty incredible. I mean, this person doesn't know what's going to happen behind him, doesn't even look back, taps this guy on the shoulder, he turns around and steps out of the way to keep himself safe. That's pretty incredible. And then this guy vanishes. Wow.
video was all set up and a fake, then it was amazingly well timed. But I'd love to hear any theories you guys might have, so let me know down in the comments. The Seance Witch. Paranormal investigator Brad Mack and his team are investigating a place called The Cage in a little town called St. Osyth in England. The site has a very dark history. Starting in the year 1582, this building was used as a prison, but not just any prison. The jail was used to confine and execute women convicted of witchcraft. Brian Mack says that during their paranormal investigation, his team heard strange footsteps and whispers. They saw lights flicker for no reason, and they even felt something bite or pinch them on several occasions. One member of their team, named Vanessa, was so shaken up that she absolutely refused to stay in the building after dark. But the most bizarre incident was yet to come. Late that night, the group decided to perform a seance.
Okay, I'm still really skeptical about seances and stuff, and I think we've seen this one. But performing something like this in a prison used for witches, not good. And freaking witch trials are nothing but a religious hoax anyway. Something they started so people would show stronger faith. It's so wrong, but it's frustrating. History gets frustrating sometimes if you can understand it. Like even the stuff in Salem, most of that was caused by a fungus growing on their wheat and that they used for bread and causing hallucinations. It's most of the witch trials are. It's just what it actually called. It's just a witch trial. There's no such thing as witches or real magic. So they have to put the blame on for bad luck on somebody.
To contact the ghosts of the convicted women who had died there. As Brian Mack watched and recorded from another room, he saw something very strange happen to a woman in the group.
Face has completely changed. Doesn't even look like a person.
Right, Debbie, you need to come down here for a minute, please.
Face has completely changed. Doesn't even look like a person.
One seance member's face actually begins to change and contort into something that can only be described as horrific.
Yeah, it's like that could be also a camera artifact, depending on the lighting quality. Night vision is very good at distorting things when it should just be lighting stuff up. But yeah, that could be a lighting issue. That could be a video issue. That might not be anything paranormal, although it does look very creepy.
Her nose seems to grow and her mouth stretches into a bizarre inhuman grin right in front of the camera. Fearing for the woman's safety, they call down and remove her from the group. After the seance, the woman has a strange burn mark down the back of her neck, even though she had been dressed in several layers of clothing. She later said that after the incident, she experienced horrible nightmares and bizarre occurrences around her home. So was this some supernatural possession by a ghost caught on camera?
I don't know why, but every time there's talk of possession or anything, it starts in the back of the neck and shoulders area. I don't understand why. That's usually where people get a burning or stinging sensation, and usually where scratch marks appear, or burn marks in this case. I don't understand the reason for it. If some evil spirit was going to possess somebody, why would they go to the usually the most covered area of the body? Why not just go right in the face or the hands? I don't understand why. Like, she has a sweater with a hood on, and at least 2 other coats, maybe 3. So, and then to get in the middle of the back, in between her shoulder blades, and have it there, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. And I don't know why it happens, but it happens a surprising number of times.
Or just a trick of the light? Let me know what you think down in the comments. A whisper on the wind. This next clip is from Big Brother Brazil in 2004. In this video, one of the contestants named Sita is sunbathing when she suddenly hears a strange voice calling her name.
So this is film from a reality TV show where one of the contestants is out sunbathing and she hears someone call her name, but there's no one around. First of all, that is the strangest reality TV show clip ever. It's gotta be. I've never heard of any other one. I've heard of other reality TV show sites being haunted before, like one of the Mr. Beast sets. Sam and Colby went to it, and it was apparently haunted, and people explained that a bunch of times they felt uncomfortable and doors would open and close on their own and things of that nature. And Sam and Colby went there and had some of that stuff had some of those experiences themselves. So a Mr. Beast film site is apparently haunted.
Ué, eu ouvi meu nome. Cida? Quem tá chamando? É na casa?
But no one is calling her name. In fact, she is all alone until one of her roommates walks outside.
Ah, vem cá. É você que tá chamando? É. Ai, que susto. Ainda bem que você chamou. Desculpa. Eu acho que você tá muito bem. Eu tava tirando roupa, né? Aí de repente ela levantou. Quem tá me chamando? Quem tá me chamando? Da produção? Quem tá me chamando?
Okay, that's a little two-faced of this lady. Sita was out doing something and relaxing and started hearing someone call her name, and this lady's just telling it to anyone who will listen. Ugh. I hate reality TV shows for reasons like this. Okay, so the voice to her sounded like it was her sister. That can't be good.
Now this is where things get very weird. The roommate says that Sita thought the voice calling her name was her sister's. Just a few minutes later, and Sita is called into the production room by the Big Brother executives. She finds out that unfortunately, her very sick sister Gloria has just passed away.
Oh, so was that a premonition, or was it at the time of death? Because that would be interesting to find out. Because if it was at the time of death and that coincided with her hearing the voice, oh, that would be creepy.
Even stranger, Sita's sister passed away at almost the exact same time that Sita heard her sister's voice calling her name.
Oh, that is both sad and creepy. Oh, no, that's not right.
E ontem, o que aconteceu exatamente que foi tão impressionante? Você ouviu alguém te chamando e era o quê? Meia hora, 45 minutos depois da morte da Glória. O que você ouviu? Você ouviu ela te chamando?
Ouvi.
Mais de uma vez?
Muito mais.
E só dizia o seu nome?
Só meu nome. Aí eu achei que fosse minha imaginação. Aí eu fiquei procurando. Procurei as pessoas. Sem ninguém. A única pessoa que tava era a Thaís. Lavando tênis de costas.
Now bear in mind, this was all broadcast live on Brazilian TV. So, is this proof of life after death broadcast on television? Is it proof that loved ones can contact us from beyond the grave? Or is it just a very odd coincidence?
I'm going to go with coincidence, Nukes. But it is very odd that it happened right around the time of her sister's death. That is not a good thing.
Let me know what you think. The end of the road. Popular Guatemalan news reporter Vivian Vasquez is driving in traffic on her way to work to report the early morning news. But she will never
What is going on here? Just a sec.
make it to the news station. Because Vivian herself becomes the tragic subject of the morning news when her lifeless body is discovered in a horrible car accident. Her family, co-workers, and fans are shocked and saddened when they hear of her sudden, tragic passing. Guatemalan traffic police show up on the scene and record footage of the wreckage as evidence. But after the video is released to the public, mourning viewers and fans all hear something in the footage that is absolutely chilling. And this time, did you hear it?
I heard something. I definitely heard a voice. But I thought maybe it was the lady going through the trunk with the other officer. Not quite sure.
The anguished voice of a woman can be heard crying out in Spanish, "What did you do to me?" When watching the footage, it becomes clear that it makes no sense for anyone present at the site of the accident to be screaming, "What did you do to me?" Vivian's loyal fans believe that it was her anguished spirit crying out from beyond the grave.
If that's true, then her death wasn't an accident? That would be strange to find out.
To this day, the Guatemalan authorities have not found the cause of Vivian's accident. Even stranger, Vivian's cell phone was never returned to her family, and no one knows why. So just what happened to Vivian Vasquez, and what are your thoughts on this bizarre and tragic recording? Let me know down below. A cry for help.
If that was real, I wonder what she was investigating that would cause someone to fake her death as an accident. And there must have been evidence on the cell phone. So either it was thrown from the car and never collected, or it was misfiled by the police, or it was taken from police evidence. So that they're all weird, all weird cases.
This video was posted to Reddit by user Unknown Truth. He says that his friend's wife had a very odd experience one day as she walked outside to do laundry. The strange incident was caught on their Ring doorbell camera. Hears some strange voice, and it's not coming from the Ring camera speaker. In fact, she checks closely, and the voice is coming from the wall to her side. So I boosted the audio on this clip, and just take a listen.
I heard most of that the first time through without anything underneath, but there's a dog whining as well somewhere, and the audio is just terrible. Like, I couldn't make it out the first time, so I don't know how. Even with it boosted, it kind of sounds like it, but not really. So it's a little weird, a little strange. I don't like that.
Some strange voice in the wall seems to be crying out for help. The woman is so freaked out that she goes inside and actually calls the police.
I looked around, I didn't see anybody out on the road or any cars or anything. So I went back to my ring video to make sure I wasn't just courageously hearing something.
I can hear somebody saying something like that.
Well, I posted it on there.
The police search the premises, but there's no one there, in the wall or elsewhere. So just what is this strange disembodied voice that seems to be...
And everyone's hearing it through the recording, but they couldn't make it out. So it's clearly not just her going nuts. It was on the recording. So that's really strange.
Begging for help. Let me know what you think. Mayor declares emergency ghost. Now the strangest thing about this next paranormal video might be the source, because this video was released by the actual mayor of the city of Armenia, Colombia, Jose Manuel Rios. So the security guard in this video says that he saw a male figure descend the stairs inside the mayor's office. He pursues the man, but the guy seems to vanish into thin air. The security guard can be seen on CCTV searching the area, but then things take a terrifying turn.
It almost looks like that security guard was assaulted twice before his buddies got there. That was unusual, but there's no one around. Like the first time, it looks like he got pushed from the center of the room into whatever this is that fell. And then the second time, he was on the ground here, and it looked like he got kicked in the face. That was weird.
In the video, the security guard appears to be suspiciously looking around the area, seemingly confused. Then suddenly an unseen force seems to attack the man and throw him into a banner. The guard can be seen looking around in panic, with no assailant in sight. He then suffers another attack and two guards hurry over to help him. The somewhat shaken mayor of Armenia says that, quote, a bishop and other religious leaders will come to bless the mayor's offices, and that they will, quote, bring God's blessing to every corner of this workspace. Now, it seems highly doubtful that the mayor of Armenia, Colombia, would suddenly release a fake ghost video. So, just what do you think happened to this security guard?
Yeah, it looks an awful lot like he was assaulted. Maybe it was one of those weirdos with the green suits, so you can't see them on film. but that would require the whole background being green screen as well. So that doesn't work.
Randonautica.
So I just went randonauting.
You probably already know what the app Randonautica is by now, but just in case you are a
I don't know why this video is going all blinky like this now. I have no idea. It's so weird and distracting from the actual video.
sheltered person, Randonautica is an app where you basically put in an intention, and most people would use something dark or a bit spooky, and then the app spits out random coordinates and tells you to go there and explore. It's like a scavenger hunt with no prizes. But here's the really weird thing. Some users swear that the Randonautica app taps into something. The universe, energy, the paranormal, some type of thing like that. They claim that they found really strange things and sometimes really scary things by following Randonautica's directions.
Sky. Oh my.
So
That would be the worst. You get into a single lane area, like a dirt road or something, and then you're pretty much at the end of it, and then all of a sudden a figure appears and starts walking towards your car, and the only thing you can do is back up. That would be the worst thing ever. Ugh.
Oh, now let me tell you about one Randonautica exploration that is truly unexplainable. A group of teens in Seattle are exploring with the Randonautica app and are directed to a location near the water on a Seattle beach. When they get there, they find a mysterious suitcase near the shore.
Guys, we found a suitcase at the beach.
Guys, go. I'll do stuff.
Bro. Oh, wait, open it. Open it.
It was sweet.
It stinks, y'all.
It washed up. It's
Oh. Oh.
The contents inside the suitcase smell horrible, so the teens immediately call the police.
Found a suitcase on the front and up again.
And now things get truly bizarre. Because it turns out this small black suitcase contains the remains of a human body.
Okay. Maybe the dirt road one was the second worst one. Why would Randonautica send you to a human body? Ugh, that's weird.
The police investigate, and because of YouTube rules, I can't really tell you any more about that. But let me say, this incident is 100% documented. It is not a fake video. It is not an elaborate hoax. You do not get to decide. In fact, you can even look this up because this case was reported by multiple reliable news outlets. So you decide this. Was this random chance? Or is Randonautica just f***ing spooky?
I'd say the app is just creepy. But yeah, that is... I mean, what's the likelihood of them being sent to this location and finding a body in a suitcase? It's not right.
You decide. The Haunted Hill House. The Hill House in Mineral Wells, Texas is said to be one of the most haunted locations in the U.S. With its 125-year dark and troubling past, that doesn't come as much of a surprise. The home was once a haven for illegal activity. It served as a gambling hall, a bootlegging operation, and even a brothel. It also served as a makeshift hospital for over 50 years. It is said that the Haunted Hill House is inhabited by the ghosts of at least 9 people who lost their lives there. So, one night in late September, a group of friends and family rented the Hill House to just have a little fun. In fact, many of them were doubters who just wanted to prove that the so-called Haunted Hill House wasn't actually haunted at all. But...
And I see a bunch of them decided to imbibe on the little trip. So it could be a lot of technical issues, I'm assuming.
That's not exactly how things went down. The house house is said to be haunted by one particularly violent spirit that the house's owners refer to as Dr. Yeager. One of the visitors, Victoria, lays down on the bed in one of the rooms, and she jokingly starts taunting the ghost of Dr. Yeager. It did not go well.
As you can see, she was yanked off the bed. This was not a fall. And then they ran out. We're going to rewind that and we're going to show you in regular screen.
Something seems to violently yank Victoria right off the bed as her...
Okay, I know I made the little joke about them drinking. But even drunk, you could not fling yourself off the bed like that. And I mean, I'm sure you could. There's ways you could do a lot of this stuff you see on videos, but that seemed awfully violent.
Friends look on in terror. The house has a static black and white security camera in every room, and it catches the action as Victoria is pulled off the bed and the group makes a run for it. One of the guys is so shook, he even drops his phone and just leaves it on the floor behind him. Now, cut to about an hour later, around 3 a.m., a guy named Drew wants to test this alleged paranormal activity for himself. So he enters the same room and immediately begins taunting the ghost of Dr. Yeager, saying that the spirit is a coward and that if he really wants to attack someone, why doesn't he try attacking a man instead?
Same room.
Look at the guy in the white hat right here, guys. Follow him.
Before I even finish my sentence, I'm in there.
Alright, we're going to pull it back.
So it looks like he gets shoved backwards after taunting Dr. Yeager. That's kind of strange that it happened on the same side of the bed as the lady getting pulled out. And it almost looked like it took him a while to stop himself from getting pushed back. So that must have been a pretty strong shove.
Did you see he got pushed?
So Drew got his wish. He is violently shoved by something, and then he almost knocks down his two friends while making a mad dash from the room. It should be noted that Drew has gone on record as saying that he will never set foot back inside the Haunted Hill House ever again. But it gets even weirder, because as Drew and his friends run from the room, something seems to yank the door shut behind them. If you watch closely, you can actually see the doorknob move as if it's being pulled. So is the Haunted Hill House one of the most...
So unless somebody's pushing right on that doorknob, it was pulled from the inside, which is pretty crazy to think about. But you'd have to check the video for the other room at the same time to see if somebody's pushing that doorknob. That is creepy.
Most haunted places on Earth? Would you go into that room and taunt the spirit of Dr. Yeager? Let me know down in the comments. They live. This next bizarre video was recorded at a private party in a banquet hall in Russia. The party was attended by billionaires, supermodels, and politicians. Basically, some of the most rich and powerful people in Russia. Popular Russian musician Sergei Shnurov and his band Ruble were hired to perform at the event. But something very odd happened when there was an unexpected temporary power failure in the venue. The video captures the bizarre glowing eyes of some of the attendees. Although the video only captures a few of them, witnesses claim that most of the people at the party had these same strange glowing eyes.
Выступление, на самом деле, как выступление, но что-то случилось со светом в прекрасный момент, просто погас. Почему-то у большинства людей, которые были в зале, а там были люди совершенно такого серьезного полета, стали светиться глаза. Барабанщик у нас, собственно, выронил палочки, и больше мы песен не играли. Было как страшно, поэтому мы съебались оттуда даже. Я не помню, как мы дома оказались.
А кто эти люди были? Можешь назвать фамилии?
Да чего-то, ага.
Now, once this bit of video became public, there were all sorts of wild conspiracy theories. Everything from that the Russian cultural elite were all aliens or reptilians, to even claims that they were all vampires. But the prevailing theory was almost as bizarre. Many people believed that these rich and powerful people were using mysterious biological experiments to stay young.
I don't think injecting stem cells gives you glowing eyes. Actually, I'm pretty sure it does not. So I don't know why their eyes were glowing, if the power at the venue went out, unless it was a light from a camera, like a recording camera, reflecting off people's eyes. Maybe they're all just lizard people. Maybe every Russian oligarch is a lizard person in disguise.
So the theories on this one are divided, but pretty much all of the explanations offered are creepy and strange. So the question remains, what could cause a room full of the Russian elite to have eyes that glow in the dark? First ghost hunt, last ghost hunt. Reddit user Amanda Burke and her husband were exploring the haunted Hillview Manor, an old mental asylum located in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Amanda says that they walked around the asylum with a tour group, checking EVP meters that were given to them by the tour guide. But she says nothing much happened. Then they began to hear an odd shuffling sound at the end of one of the halls. But they thought...
Those are EMF meters, not EVP. But whatever. I mean, amateur ghost hunters generally don't last long anyway. It's the ones that make companies and YouTube channels about it that seem to hang out the longest. Or TV shows.
Thought nothing of it. Then suddenly, from the end of the hall, they heard running footsteps charging right toward them. Amanda says that the whole event was one of the scariest things she's ever experienced. Now, I should note that I don't usually show videos without some visible or audible evidence of the supernatural. But looking at the reaction of this group and seeing just how hard and painful those falls look, I think this is pretty compelling evidence that something came down that hall. Also, again, Amanda and her friends are not ghost hunters, they're not YouTubers, and they're not TikTokers. She simply posted this video to Reddit to share her strange experience.
Well, that was another frightening compilation from Nuke's Top 5. Again, he hasn't posted in like 3 months, so I'm not sure if I'll be doing any more of his unless I go back through some of the older ones, because he's been doing it for 10 years, so I'm sure there's some other ones that I could find. But those are all new to me. That last one with the amateurs, that was pretty convincing because how likely is it that a bunch of amateurs would freak out to nothing? Like, just regular people. How likely is it that you watching this video would be standing in the hall talking to somebody and then just suddenly do that for an act? That was clearly something coming towards them. They all looked down the hall and reacted like something was coming right at them and freaked out and fell over, and like he said, like Nuke said, those look like painful falls. So not sure how that would be faked. But anyway, that'll do it for me and another Fright Night Friday. If you enjoyed this, drop a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. It's free, helps out the channel. Do the same over at Nuke's, and we will catch you next week for another Fright Night Friday. Bye-bye.